Hello and welcome to today's edition of Frightfully Forgotten Horror Movies, and today we have a special Patreon requested review. Sean Martin would like us to review 1981's Wolfen. But before we get started, what are we drinking?
Perfect beer for the occasion, Wolfsbane Bitter.
Wolfen is based off the novel written by Whitley Strieber. It is directed by Michael Wadley, who actually hasn't done much, but he has done one very important movie, and that's the 1970 Woodstock documentary.
That's right, Charlton Heston watches it in the Omega Man.
Yeah, that's right.
Albert Finney is in this. He's a highly acclaimed actor. He was in a million things, so we're not going to go into much, but he was in The Green Man.
The Green Man. Remember, they played the previews for this miniseries all the time when we were kids on the A&E channel. It looked all scary and like... Then I finally bought this once and found it on VHS at a thrift store, popped it in. It's all boring and lame and...
He's all getting with those women.
He's getting with all these women. He's disgusting and everything.
Diane Venora is in this, and she was in Heat. Not actually in Heat, in the movie Heat.
Even though in Wolfen she might be in Heat.
Yeah. And she was also in that shitty movie Effects.
Remember my mom all loved that movie when it came out?
Gregory Hines is in this too, and we all know him as the famous tap dancer. But just to mention another movie that he was in, Running Scared.
He was in tons of stuff.
Oh,
like, it's funny, you kind of forget how much stuff he was in until you look at his filmography. It's like, fuck, he was in tons of stuff.
Yeah.
I always remember him being on Sesame Street.
Yeah, tap dancing shit.
Originally, we were going to do this movie as like a regular review, but then after reading the book, and we will do a book comparison as part of this episode, and after watching the movie again, because we've seen it before, we kind of started to see a lot of holes that we were poking through, so we're actually going to do this as a trash or treasure instead.
Yep.
Wolfen starts off with this beautiful overlook of New York City. He goes over the bridge. Fucking instant Exorcist 2 flashbacks with this guy on the bridge. We're like, what the fuck? No! Exorcist 2! We get introduced to the Vanderveer couple. It's a husband and wife, and they're massively rich.
Yeah.
He's like a real estate mogul, and he's got ties to the Middle East and all this kind of stuff, and they're in a limo doing cocaine in the limo and drinking champagne and all that kind of stuff. And they stop at this site that's like a reconstruction of the first ever windmill built in America, and there's all these weird chimes, these huge chimes.
Fucking chimes, wind chimes piss me off.
We see this kind of weird POV where the colors are all different and it's distorted and it sounds weird.
Yeah.
So something's like watching them, and they got this big security guard with them, and you can kind of tell that he knows something is wrong, like somebody's watching us. He pulls out his gun, and then suddenly, you just see his hand just leave. You see his hand just fly through the air.
Just drops.
Still holding the gun.
I like how it's still moving too, which is cool.
The Vanderveers get massacred by what we don't know.
Massacre.
It's a massacre.
Massacre.
But we just see like their blood flying through the air in slow motion, and they're being torn apart. We then get introduced to our main character here, Dewey Wilson. He's a cop, and he's been off the force for a while because he's too unpredictable and wild. And, doesn't follow the rules or play by the book. But he gets called back in for this case because he needs someone good to solve it quick, and he's good. So he gets to the crime scene, and he's wearing some sick jogging outfit.
None of this stuff has been doing anything for him because he's still all out of shape and old and everything.
Like, he's not going for a jog, this guy. Like, why he's in a jogging outfit with that headband and everything? Anyways, he meets the coroner there, who's played by Gregory Hines. His name is Whittington, and they're looking at the bodies, and the first thing they realize is, well, they've been completely destroyed. But nothing has been stolen. It's not a robbery. So, what is it? And because this guy is rich, and he's got ties to the Middle East and all this stuff, they instantly start to think that it's like a terrorist attack. The hand of the bodyguard that they find has a ring on it. It's like a voodoo symbol on the ring. So, there might be ties to voodoo as well and voodoo cults. Because there's more than meets the eye with these murders, they pair Wilson up with a new partner who is a criminal psychologist named Rebecca Neff. He's trying to kind of get on her good side and show her that he's not such a bad guy. He's chewing that cigar and
super chewed all flat.
Things like super flat, but he offers her a drink at the office and everything. Tries to kind of smooth it out right away, so there's no bullshit later. Because they think it might have something to do with terrorists, they start interrogating people who have ties to terrorism and terrorists, and they take him to some weird fucking like space-aged command center.
Yes, a command center.
They have all these bullshit lie detector tests, all this bullshit tech.
Yeah, see the color of his face? She's lying. It's like, they can't tell that.
100%, no doubt, she's lying.
That's all bullshit.
So, of course, this is getting them nowhere.
After all that command center shit, we see this bum. He goes to the church to get well, and he hears all these noises behind him, and he turns around and he just gets torn to shreds. Dewey goes back to the coroner, Whittington, tells him that they discovered on the bodies that pieces from the bodies are missing. So whoever or whatever killed them has been eating them. But an interesting fact about it is that they also left certain things behind. And what they left behind were diseased body parts or organs. Odd, because it took him 24 hours to discover that, and whoever killed these people knew it instantly. Neff and Dewey go to this burned out church to go and investigate, and while they're walking around, it's eerily quiet too, like there's nobody around. Neff starts to hear like cries from a baby. And she goes up a flight of stairs, and Dewey right away gets a sense that they're being watched, like this isn't safe. And he starts pulling her down the stairs, and they all fall down and start rolling, and then she all rolls over Dewey.
But then you see, just briefly in the darkness, these two eyes looking at him.
The coroner also found hairs on the bodies, and Dewey and Neff go to a zoologist, Ferguson, played by Tom Noonan no less, tells them that it's a species of wolf, but he doesn't know the subspecies. He also compared the way wolves hunt to the way Native Americans used to hunt way back in the day. Dewey gets the idea to start investigating Native American activists and protesters. So he goes to the top of Manhattan Bridge to go and investigate and go to...
Climbs the fucking bridge. Isn't it the Brooklyn Bridge?
Either way, it's a tall, big fucking bridge. Like one of the piers that's way up high.
Like you couldn't wait till he comes down?
Yeah, it's like the foreman guy even tells me, he's like, there's the bar over there if you want to wait like a few hours. Like, I just do that.
Climbs the whole bridge.
Gets up onto the fucking bridge and he starts talking to this guy named Holt, who's had a history with the system, right? Holt starts to tell him that he can be a shapeshifter. He can change his shape by the way he thinks and acts. That night, Dewey follows him to like this beach, like the shore of this beach. It's a full moon as well. And we start to see Holt transform. He looks at the moon and he starts to quiver and
gets all naked.
Yeah, he gets all naked and he starts running around in circles, and you see Olmos Wang and everything.
He starts licking that puddle.
Yeah,
that street water.
And then he turns around and he notices Dewey. And that's where we're going to end the plot. So if you want to continue watching and see what happens with Holt, Dewey, Neff, and all the other cast of characters with Wolfen, continue watching. Before we get into this, I just want to bring up how disgusting it is how he was licking that puddle.
You're one to talk. Justin's a werewolf.
I'm Harry, but you don't have to call me any names.
What the hell are you doing on the floor like that, then?
I spilled my beer.
You're licking beer off the carpet? There's hairs and shit in there. I just cleaned the carpet with soap.
With the price of beer these days, who can afford not to?
It's not wrong.
Get your own floor beer.
That'll bring us to the treasure for 1981's Wolfen, and we have to start off with the cast.
Yeah. Albert Finney, who's a highly acclaimed actor,
does a pretty good job of not playing a British guy.
There's the odd time when you get a sense that he's not quite American.
Yeah, but overall, he does a job of playing a kind of greasy cop, you know. Show me the grease!
Where's the grease?
Where's the grease?
And there's a lot of cameos in this movie, like Reginald Val Johnson. He's in this. The guy who plays Richard in Crocodile Dundee. I'm not gonna marry Richard!
I love you! People that haven't done anything of note yet, but they will, right? You know?
Yeah. So keep an eye out for them.
The atmosphere of this movie and the general look of it is really good. You really get that New York feel to it, right?
You get the new city, but you also get like these old parts that are burned out, these slum areas too. So you kind of get the, all of the aspects of New York.
Yeah, and it's shot really well. It looks really good. And the settings are great too. Like you mentioned, you got the old and the new. Like perfect example is that slum area with the decrepit church. Like that's such a cool setting. And the way they shoot it too, like they show all the stained glass windows that are busted open.
Yep.
And then that's contrasted with the newer style, right? Like that penthouse that the Vanderveers live in, where it's like super ritzy. Those drapes that are all mirrors, like it's super like early 80s, right?
Yeah.
The Wolfen are very old, right? And that, the old part of town where they live is all falling apart and old, and that's a contrast to the Vanderveers.
Yeah, they don't understand any of that. Right?
They're new, and they have all the rich stuff. And, and also they're buying that part of land that's old and decrepit to develop it. So that all comes into play.
That's right, yeah. There's a conflict, right? And the music really helps to drive home the atmosphere as well. And it's done by famous composer James Horner. He's done so many fucking good movies, right? You can hear a little bit of the Wrath of Khan music in this too, like the doodly-doo, ding, doodly-ding.
Yeah, it's a great score. It's a good horror movie score.
It is.
Yeah, it's really good. And the sound design is really good too. It really sucks you into the settings of the movie.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, the water dripping.
Yeah, crunching, like, under people's feet. And
the wind howling. The Wolfen vision, their POV is a really neat aspect of this movie too. Like how the colors change and also the sound too. Like when you...
Yeah, because it's like what they're hearing. Or,
Yeah, and that's a really neat aspect of the movie, which also ties into the fact that they really do a good job of making the creature a mystery, because you just see their POV, you don't see them or know what they are till well into halfway into the movie. So they do a really good job teasing you with, what is this creature? The title of the movie kind of gives it away.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, they tease you visually as to what they look like.
That also ties in with the investigation side of this movie as well, right? Because I kind of like that side of it. It kind of gives a lot of dynamic, and there's a lot to sink your teeth in. No pun intended.
Yeah.
The kills in this movie are really good too, and they're really reminiscent of like old school horror where you don't actually see it happen, but you see it start, and then you don't see what happens, and then you see the end result. I love how they do that, right? Because you don't need to see all of the crazy gore.
Right, yeah. But the hand flying through the air, still holding the gun.
Yeah.
That's great. And like the way they show the blood like flying through the air in slow motion, like it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it's a beautiful shot of this blood just
wicked kill from that commissioner guy. He sees himself die. It's like, that's so cool. It's such a good kill.
Then you see the head, and it looks great. Like the severed head looks spectacular. So the effects are really good in this movie.
Mm-hmm. And it really sticks with a serious tone for this movie as well, which really helps, right? There's nothing that really takes you out of this movie.
That'll bring us to the trash for Wolfen. And the first thing to mention is there's just way too much going on with all these extra subplots.
Yeah.
And red herrings they try to throw you that really don't do anything for the movie and just bog it way down.
That's right.
Oh, like the subplot with the voodoo ties to the bodyguard.
Yeah.
That goes nowhere. The terrorists?
No, the terrorist thing is like ridiculous with that stupid command center thing. Like, what the fuck are they doing? They could have just had the characters mention it.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah, like that whole command center thing takes you out of the whole fucking movie. Like it's down to earth, it's gritty, it's New York. And then suddenly they're in this space age command center with all this bullshit technology and like what? Like,
well, and you kind of, you know what they're trying to do, right? Because they're trying to pit the old with the new, right? The old Wolfen with the new technology. But it's like, you don't need all that shit.
Even the subplot with the Native Americans and Olmos' character, like that kind of doesn't need to be there. It kind of goes nowhere.
It's like basically all of these subplots that they introduced, they could have just had clever dialogue explain a lot of it.
Yeah, or like bring it up and dismiss it.
Exactly.
And not go so deep into it.
That's right.
Oh my god.
And like even the relationship between Neff and Dewey, that they don't develop it enough. That's the problem with this thing, with this dynamic between the two of them, where like Dewey kind of has this this guardian thing over her where he's protecting her.
Yeah.
And then he's always going to her apartment and like staking it out and making sure she's okay. And then he's all in her apartment, they're all screwing.
Yeah.
And, like,
and the Wolfen's watching them through the Wolfen vision.
Yeah,
all watching
hearing
them fucking. Yeah. It's like, what the, how do we get from they just met to their screwing? There's no dynamic, there's
Nothing.
no chemistry that was built up between the characters to even hint that it might be going in that direction, right? To make things worse, like Becky's character is pretty significant in the movie and the book, which we'll get to. Then her character just disappears for the rest of the movie and doesn't show up until the final act.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck's up with that?
Yeah.
Like, they just, the guy writing for her or something just fucked off? Or, you know, it's like, and that Dewey guy is like all disgusting and everything, and like, what does she see in him? You don't know.
You don't know. You don't see any attraction before that scene, you know? Like,
exactly. That being said, she does pour him a really nice brandy.
Maybe they're just drunk?
Maybe, but hey, any woman who pours me a nice brandy's got my heart.
And another piece of trash about this movie is really the final act, because it's really, really rushed and very anticlimactic.
That's right.
Big spoiler here, there's a big showdown, but not that big of a showdown.
Yeah.
In the Vanderveer penthouse with those mirrors and everything, and it looks great. It's a great looking scene, but the way that it's done, where it's so anticlimactic, where he just like, he kind of realizes last minute that, oh, the Wolfen are killing the Vanderveers because they're gonna build on their land.
Their hunting grounds.
So then he sees the model of what they're gonna build on their land and starts smashing it. Then the Wolfen just disappear, they just fade away like ghosts.
Yeah, it's like, well...
And that's the end of the movie.
It's like, well, what the fuck? Like, that's the only way to stop the Wolfen is to show, like...
To smash some model?
Yeah, it's like... So that's the thing, nothing is, like, really solved in this movie. End the movie on a bit of a head-scratcher, you know? You're like, oh...
Yeah, it's a piss-poor final act.
Yeah.
Besides the commissioner guy getting his head taken off,
that's
the only real piece of excitement in the final act. And now this will branch us into the book and the differences between the book and the movie.
Yeah.
Because all that shit we mentioned that bogs the movie down, None of that's in the book.
Yeah.
Like, none of that stuff is in the book. It was all added for the movie and shouldn't have been because it just, it doesn't need to be there. What's not in the book? Well, first of all, the Van de Veers murder, not in the book. All the terrorist stuff is not in the book.
The
voodoo stuff is not in the book.
Command center with all the lie detectors shit, none of
That's
that's
not in the book. All that Native American stuff is not in the book.
Even the main character, Dewey. It's not his name in the book.
No, his name is George Wilson in the book.
Yeah,
So now all the things that are in the book that are missing from this movie that would have made the movie better, well, let's talk about that stuff. Well, in the book, number one, Becky is the main character. It's not Dewey, or in the book, George. It's not that character at all.
Mm-hmm.
He is the secondary character. She is the main character. And her character's done, like, real disjustice in this movie, I think.
Oh, yeah, well, she fucking disappears halfway through. You delve into the Wolfen in the book. You follow them. You can hear what they're saying. They talk to each other.
Yeah.
There's a hierarchy that you learn.
And you hear all their thoughts. You hear their planning.
Yeah.
Right? And they do plan. They're smart. Like, that's... You learn what the Wolfen are. Basically, the Wolfen are very smart wolves, is what they are.
Like ancient wolves.
Yeah, like human capacity of thought, but they're wolves.
You sympathize more with the Wolfen in the book.
Way more.
Yeah.
Yeah, way more. Another big difference in the book, too, is that Becky's character is married. She's got a husband who's also a cop. And he's kind of a crooked cop.
Yeah.
He gets them all the weapons and tech that they need to hunt down the Wolfen in the final act of the book. And that final act of the book is way better and more action-packed and dramatic than in the movie.
Yeah.
And actually, they spend most of the book trying to hunt down the Wolfen to prove its existence to the commissioner so they can prove it's not humans doing this. It's animals we need to be aware of. And that's kind of missed in the movie completely.
Yeah, in the movie, it's almost like they sort of fall upon the Wolfen.
Yeah.
They're, and it's just the Wolfen is almost like an afterthought.
In the book, they know that it's the Wolfen like halfway through and spend the last half trying to prove its existence.
Yeah, and the final act itself in the book is way better. They're on like the rooftop with all that infrared shit trying to stake out the Wolfen. But meanwhile, the Wolfen have gotten in, they've slipped in through the back door, so to speak.
The relationship between Becky and Dewey's character, George, is much different.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not romantic at all. It's respect. She respects what he represents as a cop, but she finds him physically repulsive. But then she's got the husband, which she physically is attracted to her husband, but she does not respect him because he's a crooked cop.
Yeah.
So that dynamic is really cool, where she's got these two men that she's got these weird feelings for and is torn. In the movie, that's not there at all, No,
they don't flesh that out at all.
No. And of course, I'm sure there's many more differences with the book and the movie, but that's the main ones.
Yeah, that's right. So, what are your thoughts?
I think it's still gonna be treasure.
Yeah,
even though we did mention a lot of trash, it's still a good movie.
Exactly, yeah. If you're not comparing it to anything, it's a good movie on its own.
Yeah, but after you read the book, then you see the holes, right? Where they could have done better and where you missed that and that was good.
Yeah. You do get to see James Olmos' Wang, so that's a treasure.
That's another piece of treasure we forgot. James Olmos' Wang. If there's one reason to watch this movie, it's the Olmos Wang.
That's right.
Like he should have his Wang in more movies, man. Like
start jumping around. And...
imagine like in Blade Runner at the end, his Wang was hanging out. That would have changed the tone completely. It may even made the scene better. I don't know.
Battlestar Galactica's Wang is all out while he's like
commanding.
Battle Wang Galactica.
On that note, if you haven't seen Wolfen, definitely check it out. But we also recommend the book as well. I'd say actually read the book before you watch the movie, so you can compare.
That's right. Yeah. And until next time, keep drinking.